I don't know what you mean by country music. I only write music the way I know how. That's a quote from Hank Williams, and that just shows and that just explains on how his music made such an impact. When Hank was growing up, there wasn't really country music. The closest thing to it was church music and hillbilly music, but that all changed. Starting at a young age, Hank Williams began to change the country world. First thing is, he started his path in country music at 8 years old. At the age of 15, he had found his life calling. And even though his career was short, he completely changed country music. First thing I want to talk about is how Hank Williams began his path at such a young age. Hank Williams was from a very poor family. His father died when he was only 7. And so after his father's death, his mother kept him by her side at all times. His mother was an organist at a church, and that's where she noticed he had a gift. When Hank's mother gave him his first guitar at 8 years old. Being from a poor family, Hank made money selling peanuts and shine shoes in the streets of Greenville, Alabama. While working the streets, he encountered a black singer, Russell, was better known as T-Tot. Hillbilly Williams got a feel for country blues from T-Tot, and it also gave him, which Hank would later come to say, all the musical training I had. The second thing I want to talk about is when Hank found his calling. When Hank was 13, his family relocated to Montgomery, and that's when Hank realized he had opportunities to break in for the big time. He set up shop, selling peanuts and shine shoes under the windows of radio station WSFA. When business got slow, he would drum it back up by playing his guitar and singing. It didn't take long for the radio station managers to notice his abilities. And soon enough, the singing boy began airing on WSFA. At the age of 15, he and a few friends formed a band called Hank Williams and the Drifting Cowboys. And Hank Williams had found his calling and forgot pretty much about everything. And then Drifting Cowboy, Braxton Stafford, once told in an interview, after a late night's gig, Hank Williams fell asleep in class. And a student asked the teacher, should I wake him up? And the teacher said, no, don't wake him. He ain't gonna learn anything anyway. Even though Hank Williams was quick-witted and was a constant reader, it was even clear to his teachers where all of his attention was going. And Hank Williams dropped out of high school and began to pursue his musical career full-time at the age of 16. It shows in Alabama had a steady career at Georgina Dance Hall and regular shows on WSFA. The last thing I want to talk about is how Hank Williams changed country music. Hank Williams, his career was very short, but Hank Williams is seen as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, country singers in all of history. Unlike other artists like Elvis Presley, Hank didn't break new ground or create new style, but he brought an intense and honest emotion to his music, bringing country music from a regional thing to a mainstream audience. And a writer from World Biography said that Hank Williams, in his tragically short career, he became one of the most famous country and Western stars in all the United States, and the music that he sang and recorded was seen as country music standards today. Finally, Hank Williams' music, his music wasn't seen before his time. He did something brand new. He brought emotion to his music that was uncanny. And
Stop, here at 5.
I was almost there.
Almost.